Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, here is your tarot reading for the week ahead. As a reminder, I release these videos weekly. So how can you stay up to date? Great question. Well, you can check the pinned comment below with a way to sign up to the email so that you're notified directly. But as ever, also hit subscribe and the notification bells for when these videos come. And as ever, take what's helpful, leave what isn't, and all of that good jazz. We start with a wonderful pair with the Six of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. Really, really glorious energies, particularly in combination. The Six of Wands also appeared for Taurus. So Earth signs seem to be doing fairly well this week. That's nice to say. There's a little more bumps in the road for you, Virgo, but nothing more than you can handle. And I'll discuss those in a moment. But what is great is here, and this is something that I said to Taurus that I'll repeat. There's a lot to be thankful for. There's a lot to recognize within your own successes. The Knight of Pentacles indicates, you can see that he's very firmly holding that pentacle within his hand and standing stock still. So it is a moment of reflection. It is a moment of taking in all the glory of what you've managed to achieve and the things that you've maybe been able to manifest up until this point. It's a really, really important time, it seems, to be cultivating gratitude, but also, and particularly gratitude for yourself. This isn't an egoistic led thing, aren't I brilliant, aren't I wonderful, but more to do with, actually, no, I should be really happy, I should be really proud of myself. There's lots of victories that I've managed to achieve. One way to phrase it is, what lessons have I learned up until this point this year? What have been some of the most valuable insights that I've gleaned from the last 3 months? There's something here, particularly as both characters ride horses, they look in a position of authority, really. And it's not a time for doubt, self-doubt, nor is it a time to worry, for want of a better term. Yeah, it's just really, really lovely feeling of success abound. And there's a feeling here too, Virgo, that you may have been working on things quite meticulously and really applying yourself. And that application starting to see results, tangible results, particularly. Now, there's a little bit of tension here. Can't all be good news. Well, it can, but life is usually composite of ups and downs. We have here the Eight of Wands, the Lord of Swiftness. Lots coming in. There's a feeling here, because we've got this little triptych, Eight of Wands, Nine of Swords, the Lord of Despair, and then the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Wands in combination represents change, and quite quick change. And there's a feeling here of, oh, I don't want things to change. I want them to stay the same. And dare I say it, because there is full moon in Virgo this week, it's bringing a real spotlight into your emotional realm this week in terms of perfectionism and meticulousness. Sometimes that can be quite helpful of needing to cross the T's and dot the I's and looking at the finer details that we may have overlooked. But I feel that you've already done that. And there's a temptation. It's a bit of a strange analogy, I know, but it's the only one that comes to mind. Sometimes when I create a new web page that I'm really proud of and it's very beautiful and I've spent a long, long time on it, for a couple of days afterwards, I just keep going back to look at it and admire the work and think, oh, that's really nice. And then I'm like, oh, that's not quite right. So I'm just going to tweak that little bit. And actually that can sometimes be unproductive. Yes, it's nice to put those finishing flourishes and those finishing touches on things, but not if it means that we are not necessarily dragging our feet, but we are delaying. Then it creates us getting further behind schedule, or that we're here and we really should be there. That's a sense of it, because there's quite a lot of fast moving energies coming here, which contrast quite strongly with this still stoic, very grounded energy of the Knight of Pentacles. That is what causes the tension and this feeling of, I don't want to move on yet. I don't want to, oh, I haven't quite finished, or no, this still needs to be done, or oh, I haven't finished it to the umpteenth degree. And there's a calling here of, well, actually, is that helpful, or is that a bit of an avoidance technique, or are there other things that are actually vying for your attention that are more important? I would recommend this week of, actually, maybe I just give 70% to everything if it means that I can move on to what is required next more quickly. It's not about finishing everything to the absolute best of your abilities this week. Doesn't mean you should do a slapdash job by any means, but watch those moments where actually ask yourself the question, will that do? Is that good enough? Does that pass muster? Am I aiming for an A star or an A plus? I think they've changed the grading system, but let's use it anyway. Am I aiming for an A star when actually at the moment a B minus would do? Because there are other things that are vying for my attention. There are other things on the list that need to happen. So there's a big encouragement here to roll with the punches, roll with what life is bringing your way, and particularly avoid kind of displacement activity. There's always those instances, isn't it, where we've got a list of things that we need to get on with, and we push the thing that we want to do the least to the bottom of the pile, and we spend lots of time on what we do want to do. And actually, sometimes the call is, do what you want to do least first. So then if you've got any spare time, then you can kind of indulge. That may be the approach for you this week, Virgo. Does that resonate? Does that help? Let me know in the comments below as ever. But until next time, have a gorgeous week, and I shall see you then. Bye for now.